One thing that just came to my mind is what Alyssa Bustamente bust. There was a bust, Bustamente. What has to do with the all gayer or the position? I don't know. His first name is Justin. Um, it might be his boyfriend, but it's not online, so I can't see that because he's a teen. But I think that the plan that was there that what do you call this? Denny Hamlin won is sponsored by FedEx, and the position was I searched it. It's the guy behind the woman, and she looked like she was disinterested. So it's called the bold position, I think. I'm not sure, and the guy who won it is FedEx. So it's almost like being fed of X, and then she's in jail now, and the two women that goes. Now she has gay relationships. But Kyle looked at me, Chase Elliott. I don't know. Right now it's a bit flu. That's why I should put my dreams more daily, because it's a bit too much sometimes. And McDonald. No. There's a story before. See, Bitcoin has a story. It was too long. Oh shit. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, um, Justin, I don't know. I forgot something. Anyways, yeah, this McDonald guy. He's a big guy. So I remember when this tape was rewinding, I was thinking the McDonald is on the left. In fact, was before here, and it took out, and I'm like, it's too big. So he was in position at one certain time, I think in middle, but it's too big. And then the two guys he pass, and Kyle Busch. The circle is, I figured out after, was the MMN, because it's sponsored by MMN. The circle, the glass. 11 Denny Hamlin. That's position 1 on the left, 2 on the right, and it's probably how they finish in the race too. But I don't watch it because I don't have time. Maybe I should, because it's money, but and you can bet as the race goes to a certain point, almost the whole thing. It goes down obviously with the first, but it might confirm me. I'm not set up like this because I'm outside. So the third point, Chase Elliott, but all gayer. My brother is not gay. Also, I spoke with the dreams that I had before, and I have 2 child abuse. And not only that, but I also think that my brother had 2 child abuse also, and I'm visiting the house. And this is private. I shouldn't say it, but what's private? Privacy is good. But keeping your privacy when you should heal the world, I don't know. And there was no reason for that, because my father was still around, but he was going construction for days. And my brother, he was hanging out, everybody had in Quebec City. I was too young. I was 5 years older. I was between 5 and 8 there. But my brother was 12, and they all had the skateboard of $200, and they were the gang of skateboards in the 80s, when my brother had these tapes of Metallica and 80s, and our room were the magazine of skateboards. And my father will come, and just even me in the 80s, air $10 and change, but not often. I would give candies to other people. That's funny today, because it's like Kyle Busch. I remember one time I was throwing candies, all kids will pick up, but it got me bad, because after that I eat candies and I got sick to vomit everything, because throwing candies is not good. You should give it. It's like showing off. But I didn't have too much money, because one time I asked for the skateboard on my birthday, and they only bought me, out of the 200 or 300, only the board, which is 100, not the good wheels and everything, so I couldn't jump. And I don't know why my brother didn't ask. There was a pedophile around. My mom, when she heard it, she wanted to pass with the car to him. She tried. and I think he fuck off. But then we moved to another place. My mom left my father 1 year. He came back begging. We went to another place, Charlottesbourg. That was the best year of my life. All my friends around, sports, everything, and we all had a football like puffy stuff, but I had to buy it second hand. The large one was too big for me, the Raiders anyways. So it was the Viking. That was the best year. But then my father cheated with a beast that does abortion. But back then the wife of his best friend, and he grew up 2 girls of helping me and my brother, never sent back money for 10 years and nothing. And one of the kids saw it when we grew up that first place and reported, hey, your father, I saw your father with that woman there where you grew up before. And my mother, when he came back, she confronted him. He hit her, and that was it. Many years, 10 years later, I tried to call back my dad and try, and because of the Bible, but then didn't work too much, and that was it. And it's a bit immature, and I don't know why my brother would let this happen. If one time I asked him, he says no, nothing happened, but obviously he wouldn't say. He's not gay. And he said, well, he was buying everything. You see, it was a pedophile. I remember when I did the skateboard and trying to jump, but I couldn't. One time that motherfucker Paul Debian looked at me. He was looking at me, but I didn't know that there was rumor of this going on. My brother was with 5-6 friends, and they probably had abused other guys, and maybe even you know, a kid says, oh, look, this guy will buy you this. God knows, you know. My brother doesn't talk about it. He was only with women a lot after that. And then when we moved to that year that I loved the best, on the left, when my parents separated, we went to a guy stay for about a couple days before my mom picked us up. And that guy, I learned later, was gay too, was a pedophile too, but nothing happened to me. But God knows my brother, because man, during that time he went to fucking piss, and he said, hey, he made bubble, and the fucking guy said, oh, that's when you start to be a man. It's the fucking motherfuckers, you know. And then we arrived to our apartment where I grew up in Saint Laurent, where God visited me. We played a Nintendo on the first day on the floor before my mother bought the couch, and my brother wouldn't let me play, and she says, well, he doesn't bring nothing. Well, guess how the fuck he brought it, motherfucker, you know? That's a curse in the house. If that's how it happened. It was $200. And I don't know how the fuck parents, if you see somebody buying your kid something older, don't fucking question yourself, man. A guy went to Oprah and said that a guy befriended, he was like a friend, and abused him for 10 years until he killed him. And he got free from the judge because it was like, whatever, he had compassion, the judge, and the kid was talking to Oprah. You know, don't not fucking figure out why would a guy would hang out with your fucking kid. If your parents, that's your responsibility too, you know. And the kid wouldn't talk to the parents much because they feel sick how the parents would that let happen and all this, and there's a shame. And thank God, to me it never happened. Probably if somebody would have tried, I would have speak, because one motherfucker, when I came back, and I was the best playing marbles, but for the kids, and that's the only school I had my brother there, because 5 years difference, and it was separating, but I was the best in the kids. I was going with like 3-4, and I will come back with my 6-7 pockets filled up. and but my brother never let me like be the stars, because I was younger in anything, you know. And jealousy, envious, and this is like the church, the East Church, and the Orthodox. And what I wanted to say about this, man, is one time one of the kids strangled me, and I was breathing like a prophet, like a camel with the mouth. That's how you feel also, people. And he did like this, and I couldn't breathe. I was 5 years old. I fell from one of the, that's how I got this car, one of the shelves, and there was glass and everything. So, and also my mom said when I was 2 years old I felt, when my nose was straight, but I felt, and she said to start to breathe maybe. So I couldn't breathe, and that fucking was like a piece of shit, sexual or something, and I don't know who was one of the friends of my kids or something. And I reported. You have to report it. And my mom called the police or something, went to the building and said, hey, what is my you almost, because I told him, and he almost killed me. And it was true, you know, if 5 years old tells you that. And my mom says, don't ever touch my son again, you know, because I said I couldn't breathe. And the guy, I told him it. So you have to report these things. If you don't, maybe that's how he started the fucking gay shit. Then you don't report, then the abuse goes further. It's almost like a test, whatever they know or not. So if people ask why this happened, you when you were young, maybe you didn't. It's not all that, you know. But for in my case, this is. If I'm thinking, if I wouldn't have reported first something evil, then you're almost complacent, you know. Excuse me, by the way, when I'm gonna say that a Toyota 500, because it's a week from now and everything is new, when I say that the all gay, you're just an all gay one and I got grabbed, that's actually the next day. There was another race, Xfinity. I had the whole dream about this, and that's the one with Kim Jong-un. I'm gonna make it today. It's late. I gotta finish my day. Relax. So who was it? Well, the drone, the guy again with his drone, the tape, it's too big. Kevin Harvick, his car, the third position was discarded. Um, that's it. And that's referral to Bitcoin also. It's too big, it has a story, but by the time you do a transaction, 10 minutes, it's too much. So it's almost like if it's gonna be on the third position, it's not gonna make it that top currency that people will trade in the future, which is ultimately now we're going to the one world currency. I've so far, like the dream I said, Bill Gates says maybe 6, and how to introduce it to Christian in the East. Well, I have 2 child abuse, because otherwise it's gonna create a scandal. They have views in the church there too. Maybe the bad people can use that to influence politically. Why would I even mention this if I'm on the good side? For me, it's a win-win situation, as Jesus comes earlier. And information, it seems like it's gonna happen anyways. It might be even already happening, but I'm saying it clear. And so I'm gonna put this, and so this card when I'm saying in this 2 video that I cannot put together because of my space here on the phone. And I'm about to move and maybe rent a place, getting more sleep, and you know, more talk, not more sleep but more rested, doing this video a bit more properly. Sustain this channel if you can. There's a link in PayPal. It's not important, but it seems like God wants me to be poor, and I don't really, but it seems like there's no other way to really be a good prophet or a good, you know, neutral, you know, and trying to bring people to God, and have a good peace through Jesus, if that will be possible, because only Him can bring peace. So maybe I should have been a pope, but who knows, man. Oh man, this world is really boring, man.